Match begin. Man versus machine. It's just one of the 10,000 possibility which this machine can give, but it will give you a good idea. That's folk. One of the 10,000 possibilities. Good afternoon. Today I'm going to demo robot TT player and also explain why to play table tennis if you haven't started. It's a pretty easy game. As you can see, people might think that it's pretty easy, not that intense. It's pretty intense game as well. You can go to your intensity to as a level. You can even beat Olympic. Like beating even Olympic player is not that tough. In fact, most of the Olympic player will fiddle away. But if you follow the right principle, you will not only keep climbing. So one of the reasons why Olympic players fade away is because obviously they don't put much emphasis on knowledge, right? So they usually lack science and engineering knowledge. But as a normal human being, you could be better off than them because you know science and not engineering. So not only by practicing, you can go. So the reason better players are better is because they practice with better players. Not that they are better players, because they practice with better players. They can make less and less mistakes. Okay, so what I'm going to demonstrate is pretty high intensity. Right? It's at my very high speed. So as you can see, this is pretty high speed and very high velocity the ball is coming. So this is at the 9, which is the highest possible, and highest possible frequency 9. So it's possible to reduce the speed up to 81 times. There are machines which are even easier. I do have other machines which could give you even more easier game to play. So you can gradually build up your game. TT, one thing you have to understand in TT is like it's a very intense game. So what I love personally about TT, I love losing games. So I always hunt of players who can beat me up. When I started playing professionally 18 months ago. So there's no age to it. You can start at whichever age you want, and because it can reduce your age. So if you're 70, it can start reducing your biological age. So now you could become 60, 70, like there are other food and other nature therapy available where you can even reduce your age by biological age. We are talking about by 25 years. So you could be 70, you could be biologically only to ability of 45. Right, but so that's one thing this TT had. Obviously, it is mixed with proper diet and proper environment and other stuff like that, so that your muscle doesn't degrade. Because if you live in a toxic environment, like if you breathe toxic air, obviously your muscle will have reactions, it will have pain. So yeah, you need to maintain a good healthy living standards to continuously improve your game and continuously reduce or maintain your youthfulness or start reducing it. So I started with like around 33% win rate when I started in my current division, and now I'm at 100%. I consistently been. In fact, I do play higher division as well. Like I keep looking. I'm hunt for new players who can beat me up, and that's how I can only win. I can practice machine. I can try new. But I need to know the player. I need to know what he is doing. And because I just started playing professionally, I'm not aware of all the techniques or trip they use. I'm learning them, and one way I learn is obviously watching all these Olympic games and other stuff. I do learn from them, but I also, because there's not much difference between players of say who's Bracknell #1 or Maidenhead #1 with Olympic. This I never felt like it's not much difference. Of course, these are like maybe 2,000 rankers in all over UK. Okay, it's going wrong. Let's start the man versus machine. This is unrealistic, pretty extreme game, but I will not do perfect. But let's try my best. So warm up a little bit and start the machine. So that's what it, man versus machine. Of course, such extreme is not possible with human, but human have something called randomness. They can mix this very high speed, high spinny serves with slow. So we are already working on next generation robot which will match any Olympic player's tie, right? Which has the human randomness. This can have 10,000 style, probably matching all this playing style of potentially most of the players, not all, but mostly. But we are working on it, and we will not stop till we keep rising. The goal is not to beat an Olympic player, but to keep improving and improving. That's the whole point. Keep finding new players who can beat you and beat them up. Because I love losing.